Hi, my name is Koren Wiskman, and I'm here in the Scrapbook.com studio making some fabulous cards today. These are gorgeous. I love them. I love how all of them turned out. I have quite a few examples here. Here's one. This one says make a wish. They're super simple. I used the birthday wishes stamp set that is exclusive to Scrapbook.com. And let me show you how easy this is to make such a gorgeous card. Okay, we're gonna do two because I can't help myself. It's that fun. Okay, so let's start with celebrate. One word sentiment, okay? Super easy. It doesn't really matter how it's mounted on your block. It doesn't need to be perfect. We're gonna cut down. Let's do this one first. Okay, so I want all of the variation that is in this beautiful paper. So I want to make sure that as I cut it, I keep a lot of that. So let's just trim off a little bit of the top and a little bit of the bottom right away. Okay, but I want this piece to be 3.5 by 4 3/4. So, and this one's going to be in landscape position, not portrait. So it's going to be long ways. Let's see, 4 3/4. I want to cut it this way to keep all of this wonderful watercolorness. And then 3.5 this way. We have this. We're going to connect it or adhere it to a piece of chipboard to give it a little bit of strength because we're going to do quite a bit of heat embossing and that's important. So Scrapbook.com double-sided adhesive, super sticky. If you stick it on, it is not going to go anywhere. And we're going to cut it in half again. And we're going to put one on one side and one on the other. So now this is sticky, super sticky. So line it up on your chipboard to the best of your ability. We're going to cut off this end here. I must have mismeasured. No biggie, cut it off. So now you have a really strong, beautiful piece here, okay? Leave this one for now because we're going to make a mess. So you're going to need a full-size VersaMark ink pad. We're going to ink up our sentiment. I've chosen Celebrate to start. I really like the scripty font of this stamp set. Get it nice and sticky. And then we're going to just put Celebrate right in the center here. I like to give it a little jiggle, a little pressure and a little jiggle. And you can't see it right now, but it'll be gorgeous. So we're going to use black. Yeah, don't be scared. It's just ink and paper. So let's cover this. Look, it looks like coal. So that's pretty good to me. I'm going to heat this up. And for this, you just go directly to the chipboard piece. Keep moving around. So I'm going to keep this big pile of black powder on my work surface here because we're going to dunk the edges of this paper or this chipboard piece into the VersaMark ink and tilt it towards, like get the ink really on the front panel of the card. Don't be stingy, just get it really nice and sticky. And then you're going to do the same thing and dunk it into the embossing powder. And it'll coat the embossing powder. We're going to do this more than once. And when you're doing this, you got to make sure you get the back and the side. Make sure all the powder is melted. And then cool it off a little bit. Just wait a few seconds and let it cool down. If you go directly back into the ink pad, you're going to pull off that embossing powder that you just melted. And then dunk it back in. And dunk it in the powder. And heat it up. And then we're going to do this on all the sides. Now that you have all 4 sides embossed, we're going to add it to a card base. just like this one. We've already put the adhesive on the back, so we're just going to take and remove the release paper from the back. And it's got nice sticky adhesive on the back that goes right on the card front. And push it down. Voila. And then you fold your card over. That looks really good. I'm excited about the black. I've never used black embossing powder. So let's do it again, but use this really pretty blue and green background. Let's do the portrait version. So now we have another beautiful piece that we can stamp a new sentiment on. Let's try, I really like how this one says "and many more," because it doesn't necessarily say happy birthday, but you know what it means. So I'm arranging them on the block how I want them to stamp on my paper. And it's really not in any, it's not straight. It's very whimsical. That's a good word for it. You can always turn your stamp block over and kind of see what it's going to look like. I want to change this a little bit. Let's move it here. And I like that. Okay. So we're going to ink it up again with the VersaMark. This time we're using silver embossing powder. It's a cooler tone to go with the cool tone colors. Nice and sticky. Try to center it, or you can justify it to the top, whichever you prefer. And let's see how that turned out. Give it a little shimmy. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. And heat it up. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, so we want to keep this pile again so we can do all 4 sides. Let's add some adhesive so we can make the magic happen. And we need a piece of chipboard. This helps the paper from not warping and it adds dimension, so the chipboard is important. One side and the other. And we're only going to remove it from one side and line this up. It doesn't really matter if you get it exactly on the edges because we're going to coat it with embossing powder. So line it up, but you don't have to be precise. Then we start going to town. Oh yeah, when it gets all bubbly like that, that's the good stuff. Let's put that right back in. Is it me, or is this silver embossing powder not making as much mess as the black? Maybe the black is like rogue and it likes to just get everywhere. All right, so this, just let that cool down a little bit. That one's nice and hot. Get your card base. This time it's going to be on a portrait. Nope, I definitely got the silver embossing powder everywhere as well. Okay, so our adhesive is already on the back. Just pull that off. Line it up. Oh, that's where it goes because I dropped it. That's where it wants to be. And then score your card base, and that's it. You have a beautiful, looks like you watercolored a masterpiece, but really it took you 5 minutes. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!